Oh, thank you for mentioning the mute. I do that every week, right? Like a stoner. Okay, so no idea. Thanks. Nice to see you, buddy. You're always first one in. That's what I said about that. And I said hi to Freak and Bake and Secret Squirrel. I said Skinner. I absolutely love that. That is so classic. It spreads the energy, right? Hey, JP. Dan, nice to see you. Cotter, hey, buddy. Roscoe. All right, I got audio now, though, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, there's that little delay in there, right? Hey, Gumby Gets Weird, nice to see you, buddy. Newbie Phase, that's a interesting handle. I like that. Am I good now? Do I have proper sound now? Hey, Gordon, nice to see you. Kim, nice to see you. All right, awesome, Max. I'm so happy that you got your replacement piece in. Hey, great gosh, nice to see you. Sounds working good now? Everything's working good? All right. Sounds good. Perfect. That's all I needed. One confirmation. Good to go. Love it. All right. Yeah, there's a mute button. My microphone sits right here, and there's a mute button on there, which I hit that mute button before the live stream. I don't know why I do that. I shouldn't. I've learned. Yeah, Kim's on time. Good call, JP. So, okay, perfect. Let's just have a Roscoe to start, shall we? Right? Let's just kick it off. It's 9:04. Let's have a Roscoe. I'm the first one to say it today. Thanks, Gumby Gets Weird. I decided to match up with the Bong today with the shirt. There's not going to be... Oh, my dog just hit the light. That was a bit nerve-wracking. Oh, boy. There's not going to be a whole lot more time. I can get away with this sort of summer thing, right? We're not that far away from fall now, are we? Crazy. What is it I'm picking up? Okay, it's the iPad. I'm catching on the camera. All right, let's have a Roscoe. I'm so happy to be here, guys. PBS 519, nice to see you, buddy. Yeah, let's go, right? Let's do it. All right, let's go. I'm going to start off with the Taroma 360 today. Got some interesting stuff to tell you guys about the Taroma 360 today. I don't know if y'all saw the poster about the live stream, but I posted on there Taroma 360 dabs. So we're going to talk about that today. It's pretty interesting stuff. Pretty interesting. Okay. Let's get on there. Move this in a touch. We'll let that heat soak a tiny bit. I'm using the titanium bowl right now. And let's just get in and have a really nice Roscoe. Hey, Z06 Dave. Nice to see you, Dave Kaz. Thanks for jumping in, buddy. All right, Cotter, you ready? Let's do it. Let's go. Cheers. Hi, Craig. Thanks for jumping in from the UK, buddy. I'm trying to... Hey, Tom, I couldn't get the rest of your handle there. I don't have the world's greatest eyesight, and that's all a little bit blurry from the distance I'm sitting. So, I do my best. Thanks for jumping in, guys. That was a good rip. That was a great way to start the live stream, felt like. Okay. Let's do this right away. Here's I want to talk about this before we even get into the live stream, before I even set the intention. Tonight I'm going to ask a few times for you guys to drop your top 3 devices that you're using on a regular basis. Just drop it in the chat, just in the order that you're using them, right? Like, so if, let's say, you're using the Ruby Twist Pro the very most, and then you're using a Dynavap, and then you have a battery powered that you're using on the go. If you can drop those in the chat, I'm going to ask a few times for that so that everybody gets a chance, and maybe people who aren't here yet, I'll hit them later. The idea with this, what I want to do, that's too funny, Kim. I'm ready to invite everybody over right now, trust me. The the idea here is if you guys drop it in the chat what you're using, and the most regular things that you're using. Hi, Rob. Then what I can do is Mrs. TTB is going to be screenshotting right now all of this, right? So I'm going to compile this information, and I'm going to probably see 2 or 3 different lanes of devices and the way people are using them and what they own, right? I'm going to see that emerge. And as that emerges, I'm going to be able to kind of tailor some of the content to the exact devices that are out there in the hands of everybody that's hanging out here, right? That makes it a little more relevant than just talking about things maybe that you don't really have any idea about. And it's cool to, of course, talk about interest pieces and things, you know, history and stuff like that. But it's also great to share tips together of, you know, based on the devices that we have in our hands right now, right? So I'm going to, yeah, okay, perfect. You guys are doing an awesome job. Love it. This is really going to help me understand exactly, nice, some old school stuff. Right on, Cotter. I love the old school stuff. Yeah, this is really going to be a super interesting. Beautiful. Okay, great. And hopefully Mrs. TTB's catching what's going on Twitch as well. I'm going to assume that that's what's happening. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, I noticed that today too. The Dynavap vault is open. The vault's always an interesting place. That, like, when I see those emails, I always have a look at it, right? Because you never know what's going to be there. Sometimes it's like, oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, right. You never know, right? Yeah. Okay, JP, just like the top 3 that you use the most regularly. Right, that's what I was kind of thinking about. I think, you know, a lot of people have big collections, right? But typically reach for 2, 3, 4 devices the most. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, is kind of our top 3 that we're reaching for. Yeah, so that'll be pretty fun. And yeah, we can tailor the conversation to those devices. And you know, we can all up our game a little bit too, right? And I look forward to that as well, for what I can gain and, you know, share in video content, things that I don't know that come straight from the community, right? It's such a wealth of information. We all have these little tricks that we learn, right? So the more we share, the better we do. Beautiful. All right, everybody's... Hey, Johnny. Beautiful. Oh, farmer in hiding. Love it. Love it. Bad neighbor 420. That's funny. Monkey UK. Buddy. Nice to see you. My guy. Nice to see you as well. Oh man, everybody's jumping in today. This is great. Love it. Love it. Okay, you guys are doing a great job. All right, while you're doing that, let me go ahead and set the intention for tonight. The intention is very simple. It is definitely to feel more connected to the plant, to ourselves, and to each other by the end of the session, and hopefully we walk away with one piece of information we didn't have that helps us somewhere along the way. Oit Ray. Good evening, my friend. Concrete jungle garden. Nice. Okay, anybody who's jumping in right now, what we're doing is we're dropping in the chat the top 3 devices that we're using. If you only have one device and you're using it all the time, drop that in the chat. The idea here is to create a list of the most commonly used devices across the community, and then we can tailor some content directly to those, and, you know, user improvements, things like that. So anybody who's jumping in late, just drop it there in the chat. All right, beautiful. Yeah, Monkey, I'm loving doing the lives. We've been doing it for a little bit, and doing Fridays as well. So it's 8 o'clock British summertime on Friday, which is 3 o'clock in the afternoon my time. But yeah, so Thursday nights and Fridays. We're having so much fun. I'm so happy to see you here. It's great. So happy. Love it. Fireside Lock Pearl. Love it. Beautiful. Okay, so what are we going to do tonight? Let's talk about that, and then let's let's rip some more. It's probably time to rip some more, right? So I'm going to show you guys the new kind of fireside hybrid that I've been working on. Nice, Max. Thank you. Yeah. So I'll show you where I'm at on the fireside hybrid. what I've kind of come up with and something I just made today. I wanted to show you guys just for fun. And then we're going to talk about Ed's TnT WoodScents log vape. I don't know if everybody has even seen that device. And I know that in the past we've talked about log vapes. I brought out the eNano from, oh my goodness. I just drew a blank, so I'm just going to let that go right now. They changed their name, and I'm stuck between the two words in my head, so I can't get there. But the eNano, anyway, I brought that out, and you guys liked it, so I thought, you know, the Ed's WoodScents Aromalog, I don't think I said that right either. WoodScents Aroma Log Vape. That's oh boy, I need to just have another vape right away, right? So we're going to talk about that. I also brought out the Anvil tonight, right? Like, this is another one that I think a lot of people probably out there have in the community, and it's so much fun to pull that out, and I'll show you exactly what I did with mine and how I use it. I wasn't the biggest fan in the world of the Anvil when I first got it. It took me a little while to find the way I really, really liked it, so I thought I'd talk to you guys about that a little bit. Thanks, Monkey. Yeah, so I thought we could play with that. I have some interesting, fun squirrel facts. We have a monkey in the audience, but we also we have some fun squirrel facts tonight. And I thought tonight we would do true or false with history of flower and like growing theory, right? Kind of just take a segment and do some true or false. I put together some pretty interesting questions. We'll see where everybody's knowledge is on, you know, foundational stuff about growing and just the history of the plant, which will be fun as well, right? So, and I'm going to show you guys the T360 dab setup. So we got lots to do. Did Age jump in? Hey, Age, nice to see you. All right, so let's, I'm going to just move this and let's get right into, I'll show you the, okay, so here's what I did today. This is the hybrid fireside locked pearl. So I decided to put two 6mm ruby and two 6mm silicon carbide in here. And what I've settled on doing is just putting a single pinch about halfway down the injector and not locking the top at all. So these beads can move around freely, but it's the minimal working on the glass, right? And then I anneal it. I've been working with this particular format for the last week and a half, and I've been hitting it with some massively high heat, really kind of pushing it. And this format seems to be really holding up nicely. So I'm just going to test it a little bit more, but I think I'm finally where I want to be with this. So I decided to try the ruby and silicon carbide today. So I thought, let's rip a bowl and I'll show you what that looks like anyway. So I wanted to mention this too, my friends. I think maybe not next week, but maybe the week after that, I might take the week and not live stream on that particular week. I have a million things that are not getting done that I need to do before fall hits, right? Like I want to get merch set up. That's an important one to me. I have all of the stems that I've been waiting for are arriving within the next week or so. I was waiting for those so that I could make all the dry stems and bring that forward as well, right? And do the whole dry ripper. So there's a lot of things that I've been working on. I have some things I need to do with the website, and I don't end up getting time. And especially in the summer when it's hot like this, right? It's funny, in the summertime, I think a lot of us who work where it's not climate controlled, I guess, right? When I'm in my shop, there's no climate control at all. And depending on what I'm doing will change the temperature in there drastically, right? Like today when I when I came out of the shop today, it was literally, no joke, 134.6 degrees Fahrenheit in my shop because I was doing glass blowing. So it makes it slower, right? So I just don't get as much work done in a day because it just drains me out faster. So I'm thinking I might just take a week and kind of calm down the content a little bit and not live stream that 1 week and get a bunch of things ready for fall. And the other thing I'm going to tell you guys that I want to do as well, and I've been looking at this, and I've kind of got the things now that I was waiting for, but I want to kind of change the space up that I'm recording in a little bit. I'm not going to change it up drastically, but I had a couple of things I wanted to do. I want to change the lighting and some things like that as well. So, and I'm looking at all these things and I'm going, wow, how am I going to get the time? So I think what I need to do is just kind of like make it almost like I'm shutting everything down for a week, but I'm just going to be kind of quietly working in the background, getting everything I need to get done. And then maybe if I get real lucky, I'll get a day or two off before we're done that week. So I think that's what I'm going to do, but I'll confirm that. I just wanted to mention that I think that's probably going to happen, right? Like I need to get all the Locked Pearl updated on the website, all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead. I'll show you how it works. All I'm doing is I'm just heating the one side. And I'm just going to heat it until this is orange. And then I'm going to stick it in the bowl. And then I'll heat it while I rip it. But I'm just kind of priming it right now, just getting taking the heat out of those beads. And I'm just doing the one side. I'm not going to the back side where the pinch is, because you can end up weakening it if you keep heating that pinch over and over. So I'm just avoiding that. You only need to heat the one side anyway. The beads kind of lean on that side of the glass. So then you just kind of pour the heat on it and rip. And then you can move the flame up and pull big washes of heat down for big, big clouds. And if you just throw the torch up, see how big those clouds are? If you throw the torch up quick and bring it back down, and then you go back to the side, you hold that really, really thick vapor. It's really hard to get that level of thick vapor from electric devices. This has a lot more control to it. Just work off of real-time feedback. So I've been working on that as kind of a heavy hitter. If you get your timing right with that, it can hit you pretty hard. So I'm gonna get that on the website. Hopefully, during that time, somewhere before September. That's my goal for everything now, is just get it all on before September. I'm talking about TableTop Locked Pearl that I have been working on and developing along the way, but I haven't quite put on the website yet because I've had some challenges with cracking and working through the exact design. So that was just kind of an update. That's all. So I'm just bringing you back up to speed, Cotter. I know sometimes I can probably get going pretty quick too, right? Because I have all these things in my head that I want to talk about, and I'm getting high at the same time. So that's a recipe for who knows what's coming next. Nice. I'm glad you're still enjoying your holiday, man. That's great. Mark in Saskatoon. I love it. Locked Squirrel. Oh my goodness, Cotter. You're hilarious. That is too funny. Too funny. All right. So, yeah. So that's the Locked Pearl. Kind of the update on that. So I will get all of the updated Locked Pearl stuff on the website by the beginning of September, along with hopefully merch and all the other fun stuff. Squirrel balls. Okay, you know what? I think we need to get right to a squirrel fact or two. Okay, bear with me. Let me find my squirrel facts. I found some good ones too. Okay, here we go. I decided to get squirrel facts this time, not just on squirrels, like not just cool stuff about squirrels, but I wanted to know squirrels and how they related to other species of animals. I wanted to know some cool stuff about that. So, oops. Yeah, man, I'm thinking about t-shirts, hats, long sleeves, the whole shot. Local fulfillment. Do you harvest your own maple syrup? That's hilarious, Carl. Oh my goodness. You know what? If I had a maple tree, I probably would. I definitely would. Why wouldn't I, right? That's too funny. I have definitely participated in a few good drinking sessions and boiling maple syrup that's been collected, like boiling big vats and just drinking all night long and, you know, keeping the fire going. I might have done that before. Okay, squirrels and skunks. Listen to this, my friends. This one knocked the top of my head off. Okay, during extremely cold weather, squirrels have been observed sharing the tree cavities with skunks. They aren't friends, but they both benefit from the extra body heat. Can you even imagine that? Squirrels and skunks curling up in the same in the same tree cavity. And just kind of like maybe not looking at each other, but like just borrowing each other's heat. I thought, oh my goodness, this was so hilarious. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, boiling maple syrup really does require large amounts of alcohol, it turns out. That's all I know for sure. Anytime I've done it, that's exactly the criteria. You need lots of wood and typically lots of whiskey will do the job. I don't drink very often anymore, though. I don't like the way it makes me feel afterwards. I like the way it makes me feel while it's happening, like most of us, right? But then that's kind of where it stops for me. I don't like the hangover. The last time I really, really cut loose, I was hungover for 2 full days. But I mean, I really cut loose, so it was probably, yeah, I probably had it coming. Let's face it. All right, so I'm just anxious to see what you're putting there now. What's my top 3? You know what? That's a great one, Max, on Twitch. Thank you very much for asking that. I was thinking about that, and I knew when I put it out there, I was going to have to come up with my top 3, and you know what? I didn't actually solidify it in my mind. So if I really think about what I've been reaching for, maybe over the last couple of weeks, right? I reach for things that I'm testing, of course, when I get new devices or, I'm planning video content. I'll really drill into a device and use that. But if I'm just kind of grabbing something, let's say I'm going to go and sit on the porch for 20 minutes and have a cup of coffee and have a vape and just kind of watch the world go by for a minute, right? It's nice to do that in the middle of a day. Just take that break. I've been reaching for the Solo 3 a fairly good amount doing that lately. When I'm in my shop, I'm reaching for the Danny Punch V2 95% of the time. I'm loving that one. That's absolutely my most reached for pen style vape. And ball vapes, honestly, I move around a fairly good amount with ball vapes that I'm grabbing for. Obviously the Locked Pearl is the majority of my, if I'm sitting at my desk and I'm able to sit and have that kind of a session, probably 85-90% of the time it's the Locked Pearl. And then otherwise, like the Taroma 360 gets a fairly good amount of play as well. I like to pull in a specific device for a mood, right? But I think those are probably the most consistent ones that I grab for. The Tornado as well. I like that one later in the evening when I want to get really slammed if I'm looking for a device like that, right? Like that I'm going to heat with a torch. Yeah. Day 487, no alcohol. Well, congratulations, Cotter. That's a long time, man. Good on you. Good on you. I find, honestly, and it's been quite a while actually since I had a drink too. I don't even know actually how long it's been. I don't really find that I don't really miss it because I'm so involved in vaping all the time, right? And I think I don't do the weekend party scene, right? So there's no real call for alcohol in my world anymore. It's kind of funny. I was actually talking about that with Mrs. TTB before the live stream and saying, it's probably a good thing I don't really drink because I'd probably end up getting a bit hammered on a live stream one night. It would just end up happening. I just know it. Right? That's funny, JP. My go-to battery vape to take to a fair. Probably the Utilian 850 would be the one I would grab in that circumstance. You know, I can stick it in my back pocket pretty easily, and it hits pretty hard, and battery life's good. So it has a big hit to it, right? And that's typically what I'm looking for if I'm going something like that, a portable. I want the biggest hit I can get out of it. If I'm not going to heat it with a torch, it's going to be battery powered. I'm probably going to grab the 850. Yeah. Hi, Darren. Nice to see you. Yeah, see, okay, hats, that's another thing, right? You guys have mentioned that, and that's why I'm thinking about taking that week of kind of like quiet time behind the scenes so that I can get all the merch set up. And the local fulfillment, that's going to be so cool. I'm so much looking forward to that, where, you know, there's no exchange, there's no import fees, the shipping costs are next to nothing, or nothing, right? Like all of that stuff. So I'm pretty excited about it. Definitely going to be some squirrel graphics put in there, right? Definitely going to have to be. Yeah, Mrs. TTB likes that one too. Yeah, either the 850 or the previous model. What was that? 735? 723. Thank you. 723. She likes that one a lot too. Yeah. Do I have a piece grinder? I would have to look. You know what? I'm not even sure. I can't remember if I do or if I don't. Interesting question. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, Dennis. All right. It is Thursday, and you're here from Italy. What time is it, Dennis, in Italy right now? Yeah, interesting, eh? Roscoe time. Okay, let's do a Roscoe. Let's do Roscoe. See, I'm already abandoning everything that I had planned and just enjoying the, the chatting now. Oh my goodness. That's because it's so easy for us to just talk like this. Okay. That's an interesting question. Okay. Is it worth it to upgrade Dynavap B2 to the Vice's joystick? The Vice's joystick, I think, is getting... some people are having a challenge getting the experience they want out of it. So what I think with that particular device, if you're going to go with the joystick, you have to spend some time really getting to know it and really, really dialing in the way you use it and getting a really locked in routine. And if you get there, I think you're going to really enjoy it, and it's definitely an upgrade. But if you don't like kind of those learning curves and being meticulous in the way you do something, I don't know if you're going to find it to be a huge upgrade. I think without being really focused in your session, I don't know that everybody's getting the exact consistent results with it, right? And that's where I think it gets a little bit frustrating. You're either not getting enough vapor or you're getting too much vapor until you're fully dialed. All right, let's rip this before it says too long. Cheers. So Max on Twitch says, my dispo sells a margarita pre-mixed drink that has 0 proof tequila and THC concentrate that is pretty cool. That actually sounds pretty cool, Max. Thanks for sharing that. That's super interesting, and you know, that's an interesting topic too, and I think we're making a move. I think a lot of people are making the move to to cannabis drinks over alcohol drinks, right? I think that's becoming a thing. I don't know how many of you guys are into the cannabis drinks. I know not everybody has access to it, but I think a lot of people absolutely can. JP, I think you just turn up the radio, buddy. I think that's all you can do. Okay, I'm going to show everybody the one that Mrs. TTB just dropped on my desk. This is what she drops on my desk. So that if I'm missing something, this can just be put right in front of me. So I thought I would just hold this up for a second. And we can all maybe just take a second and send a little bit of love energy. Right? And now let's have a Roscoe, shall we? Let's have a Roscoe filled with some love energy, my friends. Love it. Thank you very much for bringing that to me, Mrs. TTB. I appreciate that. It's I think it's a beautiful thing when we can share energy, right? And for anybody who doesn't think that has an impact, I would challenge that, honestly. Sending love energy to a person, I believe, has absolute massive impact, right? People believe prayer has massive impact. I don't really feel that there's all that big of a difference between this, right? So, all right, let's send that love. All right, cheers. Oof. Wowzers. That smacked. Ooh. Ooh. Healing Roscoe. That's a great way to say that, secret squirrel. Okay, JP, you got to expand on that one. JP just says, I stopped a hurricane once, believe it or not. I won't disagree. I won't say that it's impossible. I think the only thing that is impossible is the thing that hasn't been imagined yet. I think anything you can imagine becomes possible. Right? So, oof. Very interesting. Okay, let's I have to move on before I'm too unfocused. Let's bring in the let me set up my fun facts so that I can stay on top of what I'm talking about. Trying to stay organized. That's part of a stoner brain, isn't it? All right, so this is the Ed's WoodScents log vape. So it is essentially an injector log vape. And you pair it with a Dynavap tip. Okay, so you get the tip with it. Okay, this is a titanium tip. And if you look inside, just inside, you can see that little line in there. That line lets you know how far you're going to sit on there. And it just goes on the heater just like this. Try and get it with a shot. See how that sits on there? So then you draw through it, and the heat comes through the injector into the flower in your Dynavap, and it's like pure convection. So it takes your Dynavap, the Dynavap tip, right? And it makes it basically pure convection. You're eventually going to get a little bit of conduction, but it's still almost primarily full convection. So it's a completely different experience, with a device like this. So let me just show you how it works. When you load it, the idea is to make sure you leave enough room that you can pack it down a little bit because you don't want it touching the injector. So I use a straw method, and I don't draw very hard. I just want to fill it very loosely, so when I pack it, it's about 3/4 full. So it looks like that first, and then I'll give it a little pack down. So I end up packing it in like this. It's not really focusing very well. And then it just goes right together with the injector log vape. This is a super unique item, right? This has been around for, I'm trying to remember exactly when I first saw it. I'm going to say maybe 2019, somewhere around there. I think I got it in, I think I got that one in around 2020, 2021, but I think it was out for a little bit before that because I had looked at it a number of times and, you know, I had imagined over and over what would it be like to have, you know, a heat source that was consistent on a Dynavap, right? I think we've all kind of thought that. Anybody who uses a Dynavap on a regular basis and heats cool, heat cool, heat cool, has thought, I wonder what consistent heat would be like, right? So I like to just let it preheat a little bit. And then I like to just kind of puff away on it. I give it a little turn, right? So you don't get a hot spot along the way. Pretty cool, right? Each one of these. Oh, that's a. All right, JP, I just had Mrs. TTB drop that comment there in front of me. I believe that 100%. I believe that 100%. I believe that's possible. For sure, it's possible. It's pretty crazy what we can actually do with our own energy, and especially when we combine it with others. And when you're, you know, that's real pure energy that you're using. It's for the right reasons, right? That's not manipulative energy or. Oh, sorry. You know what? Let me. This is. Sorry, I'm high now, guys. Here it is. Okay, I gotta do one piece of paper and then the next. That's a cool story, right? That's definitely a very cool story. The power of meditation and collective energy is really, it's unbelievable. Alright, I can, using very little amount of flour in this. Well, I made one small modification and one only. In the bottom of the tip that you use, you know, there's a typical CCD or a typical metal screen that's built into the device, like a Dynavap screen down there. I took that out and I replaced it with just a normal wire screen. I just, you know, fit one in there so it fits in nice and snug. It won't move, but it's a wire screen instead. Just opens up the airflow a tiny bit. You know, it's a small change, but it did actually make a difference to how it feels to use the device. I knew that wasn't going to go well that I showed that like that, because I know that wasn't Mrs. TTB's. That's the fast rating, not the good rating. Too funny. What a night. What a crowd. This is too funny. Okay, you gotta hit this thing again. Love it. Right? Like this. Okay, so here's key things about this that I think are significant. One, as you can tell, this is a slowed down session, right? And that's one thing about log vapes that is pretty consistent. They're not really designed for quick rips, right? They're designed to slow down, have a nice sesh. You're using small amounts of flour most often and getting big results and big flavor. That's what log vapes have been known for. They were really, you know, before ball vapes really hit, log vapes were kind of the sort of unsung hero of heavy hitters, right? And Yeah, yeah, and I think a lot of people still use them and love them because I mean this is just running off of a simple uh, analog power controller, right? Like there's nothing really to break, or this thing will last forever provided you don't misuse it, right? You know what? Let's drop it in the bong, shall we? Why not? We'll drop it in the bong. I'll move the notes now. Too funny. Cheers. It's just a really nice, relaxed pace. Right, and I think, yeah, it's from Ed's TnT. Sorry if I didn't say that. Um, and I love what Ed's been doing, right? Ed's TnT. Um, it's cool when you see somebody, I mean, kind of a man after my own heart, I suppose, right? Like you take some wood and you create a product that really fits in differently, but really works in, uh, in our community. And then when you look at their website, right, there's all kinds of different options, right, different stems, all kinds of things that are being created out of wood that really expand, the basic devices into something different. And then there's different wood vapes on there, right? Like, I think that's something that I expect to see is unlikely to go away. I think wood vapes, it'll kind of always be a thing because the home engineer can sit and sort of map one out, and if they have the tools, they can try and build it, right? And there's all different ways it can be done. I mean, vaporizing, it just requires heat and it requires an air path that makes sure that you don't combust, right? And that it all has to be safe. And so you have to just kind of work out a few details. But probably, okay, so Jason just asked on Twitch, what's my two go-to stems for my tabletop bong? The vertical diffused, putting a 6 millimeter terp pearl in the bottom and then topping it with 4 millimeter terp pearls. That's probably my number one reach. Uh, I think that's, probably 75-80% of my vaping is going through that particular stem just because it does such a great job of diffusing and it takes some of the bite out of the vapor and it lets me push harder. And then probably the shower head next, right? It's not quite the same level of diffusion, but it's a pretty fast stem. So those are the two that I reach for the most, probably, yeah. Thoughts on recyclers? Um, Recyclers do a pretty good job, but it affects the flavor, right? Um, because you're keeping the vapor in the water longer, you're moving it around longer. So, um, I mean, they do a good job, but if flavor's your number one, I don't know that I would pick a recycler as my first choice. I think I would look at some other options for sure. Yeah. Thank you, Cotter. I appreciate that, my friend. Can I accidentally combust with that? As long as I'm not making. Well, I suppose if I turned it up high enough, yeah, I probably could combust with it. If I turned it up to maximum and I really ripped on it and I was, left it together, yeah, I could probably combust with it. Yeah, for sure. Thank you guys. That's awesome. I appreciate that very much. Yeah. Yeah, smash the like. That's awesome. It's really important, to send the message about cannabis content in general. Plus, of course, I want my channel to, get a big thumbs up too, of course. But it's important that we send the message about cannabis content in every platform, right? Anybody who is creating content that you find to be helpful, right? I think you should, be supporting those channels with a like and, subscribe and notifications and all of that, right? Like just to really send a message, because, the algorithm makes decisions, right? Just based on simple numbers and, data. So those things are, hey, James. Yeah, I know. No alerts. That's the thing. I have a fly right there. That was interesting. Too funny. Too funny. Yeah. You know what? The thing with this is it's small amounts, super efficient, and it's a slowed down sesh. So I'm going to keep it here, but I think I'm going to rip the Taroma 360 one more time here. It's probably time for a ball vape rip, I'm thinking. Where is my bowl? There it is. You guys ready for Roscoe? Yeah, Roscoe time. Let's do it. Man, you're getting a workout tonight. Oh, any opinion on the Silver Surfer with the ball mod? Yeah, man, that's a great setup. It's a great setup for sure. Pretty hard to beat that. There's small differences now from there, right? When you go into top end ball vapes and stuff, I don't really think they hit too much harder than that, right? Like maybe a little bit, but you have an extra bowl and you're getting to the same place. So yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. I bought a Silver Surfer. Actually, I think maybe a year or a year and a half ago, I sourced one on eBay just because I wanted one. And it's still definitely a relevant experience, right? Oh, I gotta hit this. Cheers. Oh, that's... That's some walking the edge a little bit there. Oh boy, that was good though. I don't mind that. It's got a good heavy effect. Yeah, and I think too, I want to go back to the log vapes for a minute. I'm bouncing all over now. Oh, I love it. Love it. Okay, let me ask, does anybody out there, is anybody using a log vape, or does anybody have one? If so, which one do you have? There's all kinds of different cool and interesting log vapes out there. I know I have maybe 2 or 3. I think I have 3 maybe. And they're all interesting in their own way. I'll bring what's the other one I have, the couch log. I'll bring that one out in another live stream. I know, James, right? I'm sorry that the notifications don't go through. I don't know how to make that work any differently, right? Like, I don't get to select that. If I have my choice, every single person will get a notification. But I think, honestly, based on what I see and the stats I see, I think about 10% of people actually receive a notification. And we've had a lot of people talk about it in the chat that, the notifications just don't come. So I try and do what I can. When I drop a new video, I post a poster, I do a community post with the link so it's right there, because indexing doesn't always happen either. Okay, Max, you got both notifications today. Cool. Right? And what I see anyway is it's certain people will get them very consistently and other people get them very sporadically. That seems to be what I've noticed. Hey, Katsum. Hey, Ninye. Yeah, and really there's unfortunately nothing I can do about it except try and schedule things for the same exact time every week, right? And talk about when it is. And so, yeah, that's the best we can do. And, I don't know that it'll get any better, honestly. So I don't really fight that machine too much. I just kind of smile and we do our best. And, yeah, so, all right. Why aren't we having a Roscoe right now? Did somebody just ask that question somewhere? All right, Johnny, thank you. Yeah, let's have a Roscoe. I know I'm the one asking the question this time. Yeah. We'll talk a little bit more about log vapes. I want to see if anybody dropped in the chat there that they have one. Hey, Plamokin. I didn't see you jump in, buddy. Fair enough, yeah. Roscoe for Mrs. TTB. You know we're going to do that, Plamokin, right? You know we are. Alright, I'll heat soak this again. Not quite as long this time, though. I don't want to walk quite on that edge. It's a little bit thick when it gets there. It's almost smoke. You got the message from Discord. I got a message from Discord. What? Tomorrow I go at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. British Summer Time. So that's every Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. British Summer Time, and this same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday. I was mentioning earlier I might take maybe the week after next or something off, but I'll let you guys know if I'm going to do that next week. All right, let's rip this. I'm sitting with it too long again. Cheers. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's what we're here for. Big old cloudy Roscoe's. You know what? I want to share a fun squirrel fact. Let me find a fun squirrel fact. Where did I put them? Where's my squirrel stuff? Oh, that's nice. Okay, here we go. All right. I wanted to know about squirrels and chipmunks, too. You're awesome, Plamokin. Thank you. Jumping out age? All right. All right, thanks for jumping in, though. I appreciate it. All right, we'll catch up. Oh, yeah. Can't leave a bong full of stale vapor. Not fun, not fun, not fun. Okay. Squirrels and chipmunks. All right, let's talk about squirrels and chipmunks. Eastern gray squirrels and eastern chipmunks listen to each other's alarm calls. If one spots a predator, the other often reacts immediately. That's pretty clever if you think about that, right? To intercept those calls. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. It doubles their chances of being safe, but that's what an interesting communication, right? Two different species, same warning, same problems. Super cool. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right, let's do one about squirrels and birds. Blue jays, chickadees, and other birds often watch squirrels bury nuts, then return later to steal the hidden food. That's nasty, right? So the squirrel works real hard to hide it, remember where it is, and then a bird just watches, comes, digs it up, and takes it. That's rude. What's in my travel kit that I take on vacation? Well, I typically, if I'm gonna go on vacation, I have a little travel trailer, and we might just take off for a day or two, with that kind of a thing. I don't do a whole lot of vacation time, right? Like I honestly, I work every day because I love this so much. I don't really look for a whole lot in the way of vacation time. But if I'm taking a day or something, or we're gonna go camping overnight, I'll definitely just grab something like the Danny Punch V2 and a torch, and make sure I've got lots of butane with me, and I just go ahead with that. And that's typically my travel kit right there. If I'm going to sit in somebody's backyard and we're gonna have a fire or something, same thing, right? That's definitely something I'm gonna reach for and take with me. That's a good question. Right, and I just pre-grind what I know I'm gonna need for the night, right? And I just put it in a small container that isn't breakable, and has a sealing lid and stuff, right? And then I just straw load it and heat it up, and away you go, and you can just put it all away really easily. Yeah. I would love to spend a little time in England, honestly. I'd love to do some traveling. Yeah, I would love to, for sure. Eventually, right? Eventually. But you know what? I'm in no real major hurry to break the routine of what I'm doing either. I'm really enjoy this whole process and building this, and sharing with the community like this, and having these live streams, and like I'm really into it. So I don't feel like I need this massive break. A day here or a day there is good for sure, and I don't even do that very often, but those are nice. You need those. But yeah, otherwise I'm pretty good to just kind of sit in this and enjoy the entire process. It's such a good time, right? Like it's like working and playing at the same time. So yeah, TTV on the road. Yeah, right. Imagine the bus, how many times that would get pulled over. Right? That's too funny. Yeah, I haven't been to the UK in a long time. I think probably like 35 years ago or something. Something like that, yeah. TTB World Tour, wouldn't that be something? Hey, Gordon, nice to see you, buddy. Yeah, Travel Channel, that would be so cool. Right, yeah, and I could, yeah, this is what it looks like bonging from the top of this mountain. Yeah, that'd be a good time. I'd absolutely love it. Too much fun. Too much fun, yeah. Have to be pretty wealthy for that kind of lifestyle, though, I think, right? Yeah, 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 definitely. That would be too much fun. Yeah, it would be fun to just like travel around to like larger city centers where I kind of know, people view from those areas, right? I mean, I can see certain demographics, which tell me, where viewership comes from. So, like, just to kind of like have a bus and be like, okay, let's like rent this campground and just have this massive sesh or something. That would be so much fun. Sesh on the go, right? Like, just, yeah, meet up, have a fire, and just everybody hang out and, do what you do, right? Be too much fun. Yeah. First to climb the Matterhorn with a TTV. Yeah, man. Too funny. Yeah, I know. Yeah, see, that's a challenge, right? I mean, as soon as you want to try and do that kind of stuff, tabletop call. I love it. Connor, too funny. As soon as you want to do that kind of stuff, you have to take sponsorship, and then shit changes. And that's always something that you got to walk the line on. And I remember early, actually, I think I was maybe, I don't know, a couple of years into this. I actually put it out there with the community, and some of you probably even remember it, me saying, what would you guys think of if I was going to look at sponsorship? And there was one thing and one thing only that was very consistent. Everybody said, do what you got to do, but if it's going to change you, it's going to kind of wreck things. And I took that, very much to heart and really thought about that statement very carefully. And then I just really didn't even look in that direction much more after that. I'm always happy to cooperate with brands or, vape retailers and stuff. I'm always happy to cooperate. That's for sure, right? I mean, that's what keeps our whole community moving and supported, and it's super cool, right? It's super cool stuff. I love the devices. I love all of it. So, yeah, it's kind of like it's always just walking the line though a little bit, right? Yeah. So instead, you know what? We'll just do these global gatherings, and we'll do it this way. And yeah, that's how it'll have to work for now. And who knows what the future holds, right? Okay, so let's hit the anvil. Let's hit the anvil. I'm ready to hit the anvil. You guys ready to hit something heavy? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so the anvil. This little thing here. What I did with mine, I just did one very simple change. Well, no, I guess it's more than one if you put it together. This is the XL bowl, so I went from the regular size bowl to the XL bowl. And then I filled the bottom with about a dozen 3mm stainless steel beads. And then I packed it all in with a screen. So now basically what I have is just a little bit less than the standard bowl that came with it. That's the capacity of it now. But when I hit this anvil, I'm not looking to hit this 3 or 4 times, right? I just want to hit this. I want to heat it up real hot, but not so hot that it makes the weed look like burnt espresso. I don't want to get there. I want to get, nice full vaporization, but I only want to hit it once or twice and be done with it. I want to change the flour and then heat it back up because, it's a high temperature heavy hitter, and that's what it was built to do when it first came out. And this thing, I think it's a bit of a iconic, is that right? Iconic? Yeah, I think that's the right word I'm looking for. Device. I think that this really started to open up a lane of, looking for big, heavy, one and done rips, like the biggest, hardest hit from a manual device like this. And I think a lot of people really got into the idea of it because it hits so hard on such a small amount of flour. And once you got your technique right, which I never really got what I would say is a perfect technique with this until the induction heater 3.0, right? I just use that and I love the outcome. But yeah, I think a lot of people have used this as a heavy hitter over the years, and it has a definite place where I think, a lot of people have tried to compare, does it hit as hard as an anvil? Right, it became a standard in our world. Oh no, caught her. Bummer. Oh well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to celebrate that you've been here as much as you have on the schedule. All right, Roscoe for Cotter. I'm in 100% on that one. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy how... Okay, sweet. You'll still be around on Fridays. That's awesome. But it's unbelievable to me that, in the same day you can catch both live streams and not really sleep in between, and like the hours, the whole thing blows me away, man. I think it's super cool, right? And like no idea, and the people on in Australia and New Zealand, and it's like it's amazing to me, right? We got people in Italy right now, all over the place. You know what? Let's do it. Let's everybody drop in the chat right now. What country are you in right now? Let's just see how many different countries we have. I think this is going to shock a lot of people. How many different countries? Okay, so Scotland, USA. Cheers. Hey, Monique. All right, so we have lots of USA on Twitch, and we have Scotland, Belgium, 4 a.m. Swedish Jesus, thank you for your dedication. All right, we got Minnesota, USA, Australia for no idea, Israel 10 in Mexico, Anti-War Hero, USA, Gordon in Thailand, USA, India, and USA. Dink boy. Yes, good morning is right for Swedish Jesus. That's right. Yeah, man, we have, look at, like, this is wild, eh? Isn't this wild? It blows me away every time we do this. Karoma Shop, all right. Nice to see you, my friend. Thanks for jumping in. That's cool. We're going to actually use your new insert here toward the end of the live stream. I thought about when I was going to talk about that, and I had to be very careful, right? Because typically we're running about 2 hours for the live stream. It seems like that's about exactly where everybody is, like, just finished, which is a perfect good sesh. But I thought if I hit too much in the way of concentrates on the front end, it's probably going to change the course of everything else. So, yeah, I've been smacking the 360 the whole time here. Yeah, so much fun. Love it. All right, so we have like a lot of geography covered here. This is super cool. Oh, no idea. That's funny. That's how Stone Dink Boy is 2 places at once. Well, I believe they have proven that the atom can exist in 2 places simultaneously, right? So I guess that's that in action. Noob on YouTube. I've dialed in the Dynavap. If you do, it'll change your world, right? Yeah. Dialing in a Dynavap does change the game. There's no question about it. It opens up a lane for a lot of people. Much like, and I think that's a super cool point that kind of opens this up as well, right? Because when the Anvil was kind of coming in, Dynavap had that lane, and then the Anvil, Vestratto came in with the Anvil and said, look at what we're doing. We're, putting this on steroids, basically, right? And, we're using these heavier metals and heavy engineering to create this monster piece that can take all kinds of heat without burning the flower and produce massive amounts of vapor. And it became a different lane, but it opened up a whole lot of people's excitement about what's possible with this smoke-like vapor device, right? Let's rip one with this. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about when I'm saying, big rips when you get this right. The way I have it set up, it works really nicely. Oh, I'm going to be destroyed soon. Oh, boy. That Taroma 360, it sneaks up on you. All right, let's get the induction heater. And all I'm going to do, I have the insert for the induction heater drop down as low as it will go. And I'm just dropping it right in there in the center. And it's going to run for somewhere around 50 seconds or so, almost a minute. But, I have those stainless steel beads in the tip. I like those in there as well. It helps open up airflow so you can kind of get a bigger rip through the device as well. So, is Plamokin jumping out? Okay, well, if I missed it, thanks for jumping in, buddy. We're almost there, yeah. Okay, so 45 seconds. And then you just get this running on 100 watts. Yeah, just maximum power, as low as it can go, and just run it until it clicks. There's nothing more to it. Cheers. See how it just explodes with vapor? That second rip, that's the one that makes me cough. If I stop at the end of the first rip, it's vaped out. I don't know why I bother hitting it again. And it's just because the device is cooling down, so it's taking me right into that super terpy zone, so it kind of hits in the back of the throat. All right. But you can see, you know, that's not overly roasted, right? And that's just from that very small amount of flour. Right? So this is what you can do with the Vestratto Tornado, or no, not Tornado, Anvil. Right? And it's just literally, you know, probably about 0.075 of a gram. Probably less than you're putting in a Dynavap is what I'm putting in here for that one really big rip. Why am I putting that away? Does anybody have the Anvil? Anybody using that out there? Right now it is 10:14 p.m. in my part of Canada. Yeah, so it's not a bad time, right? Like I can go for it like I mean it. And all right, buddy. Thanks for jumping in, Chris. Yeah. So that's cool. That's nice that Chroma Shop stopped in. Yeah, it's I really enjoy the products that Chroma Shop comes up with. Their designs are when I look at the way Chroma Shop designs things and then I look at other products, I see very small differences in certain things that I realize small differences can sometimes make a big change in the outcome. Right. So I pay very close attention to the small details. And I see, because I have a number of devices that I can compare, right? And not everybody's in a position to have that level of comparison. So I'm very lucky. I'm blessed to have that. So I can look at them and I can see that Chroma Shop definitely does some things very differently. And, you know, I have a number of devices that I've bought from Chroma Shop. I mean, I think he sent me maybe one or two along the way, but I think I have probably 8 in total or something, and 8 or 9, you know, and the rest of them I bought for sure, because you know they're very cool. Yeah, I love the all quartz head. Yeah, I definitely pull that out a fairly good amount, right? Like that's a really nice sit back. You know, I'm going to have a nice session. I'm going to have a green tea. I'm going to kind of kick back, check out for a minute, really, you know, take in the flavor and just enjoy the whole vaping experience. That quartz baller head is a real nice grab for that. Yeah. 4:15 in the nighttime. Yeah, is it wake and bake or is it pre-bed? That time, I guess it could go either way, right? Chroma Shop is Kim is the person or the company that makes this. So, yeah, based in Malaysia. So that's where he was. That's where he was coming in from. Likely is Malaysia. Yeah, so that's where they are, and that's yeah, yeah. It's like the word aroma, Aroma, right? Put a Q on the front of it, so it's just Q, and then the word aroma, and then all one word, Karoma. That's how it works. Pretty bad. Yeah. Pretty bad. That's fair. Yeah, that's a long day, man. That makes for when you're that at the end of that long of a day, the sesh makes it can almost get weird, right? Like when you get far enough into the sesh, it's different than when you're more alert. It's kind of an interesting space actually mentally. Yeah. Why do you think I do this, Kim? This is the only way I can feed my VAS. I had to make my entire life about VAS. Too funny. Too funny. Oh, I almost grabbed that ball vape to take a drink. Uh-oh, that would be bad. Did I miss it? Did anybody say they have the anvil? Yeah, I don't know. You know what, JP? That's funny. If I was an affiliate with everything he's made us buy, he'd be a millionaire at least. That's funny. I don't. I don't know though. I think if I was an affiliate with every product that I show you guys, I don't know if you would think the same way about what we're talking about and the way we have a conversation about it. I mean, I enjoy the device exactly like you do, and there's no benefit to me if you buy it or don't buy it. So we can talk about it completely openly and honestly and have these really compelling conversations about the experience, right? But if I'm making money in some kind of sponsorship, right? If I'm an affiliate with somebody and I'm having that same conversation, it might feel a bit different. I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know because I have not had the experience. I just kind of imagine it might change the dynamic, right? So yeah, I do dream of vaping. No question about it. I'm obsessed with it, honestly. I can't get enough. I really, truly cannot get enough. Roscoe time, eh? Oh, all right. What am I gonna hit? Am I gonna hit the anvil again? All right, I'll hit the anvil again. I don't know how much of a difference there is between having a session with the anvil or with the Taroma 360. I think the anvil might actually. It definitely they're comparable, but I wonder if the anvil might not hit a tiny bit harder on the one and done. Thanks, JP. Love it. All right, let's do it. Anvil time. Just make sure that's not on tight. I love it. I love what we're doing here, guys. I absolutely love this so much. Like, truly, genuinely, and honestly, I absolutely love doing this. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what. If I had sponsorship that allowed me to continue to be exactly who and what I am, and there was no obligation to do anything otherwise, that would be more of like a I don't know, like a partnership kind of a thing, right? Where it would be community based ideas. I would definitely be down to look at something like that. How would I not, right? Like that would only help the community, but it would have to be that way, probably, right? Because otherwise, everything else doesn't make sense anymore. Cheers. you know what? I'm not going to have the second hit. I already know that it's what's going to make me cough. So I just won't do it. But you can see how nicely that vapes, right? With that, just going to the click, putting those few stainless steel terp pearls in the tip with a screen. Works like a dream. Hits super hard too. It's a really full-bodied extraction, and you know, it really made people look at these style of devices differently, for sure. Opened up, I think, a lot of conversations about what could be done with pen style vaporizers too. I definitely spend more money on weed. Kimberly asks, "What do I spend more money on, vaporizers or weed?" Definitely on weed. Yeah, no question about that. Yeah, as of late, you know, I'm lucky. There's definitely some brands and, you know, some retailers that do, you know, lend support to the channel by sending some devices and stuff like that. And I always, you know, suggest, you know, that this was sent from whomever it came from to let you guys know that the channel's being supported. So, you know, as of late, I haven't had to buy all that many devices, which has been great. And you know, right now it's kind of cool. I have a couple of things on the way right now. I just received in a new e-rig yesterday that I just started testing. It's a fun one from Daka, Daka is the name of the manufacturer. It surprised me, actually, the first couple of dabs I had on it. So, you know, and I got a couple of other fun things coming too that I'll talk to you guys about very soon. Parachute into England, nice. Yeah, so yeah, it's a fun thing, right? Like, I mean, in my opinion, it makes sense when, you know, there's people who are getting together and having open, honest conversations about the devices. If you believe in your device and, you know, you want to get into the conversation, the easiest way to do it is just to donate a device to the conversation, right? And I mean, that's always appreciated, like, honestly and truly appreciated, right? That it keeps us with new things to investigate as well, right? And to talk about and to compare with what we already have and stuff like that. It makes for fun conversations. Yeah, but I mean, some of it, yeah, it does add up. When I first started the channel and I was buying every single device, I'll tell you what, that was that was rough because I really wasn't selling too many vases at the time, right? It was, yeah, yeah, but it was so worth it, right? That's you have to believe in yourself and then invest in what you believe in and your vision, right? And that's exactly what I did. And I don't mind doing that, you know, as long as it makes sense. But yeah, definitely. See, I can segue on any question, right? That's what this blend of weed does to me. This is Maui Wowie and sour diesel mixed together. The sour diesel is decarbed. The Maui Wowie is fresh flower. And yeah, you can just go off with it easy. Yeah. Oh, oh, JP. Anyone ever single shoot, or do you need a pair? Oh, goodness me. Oh, goodness me, right? Yeah, sour diesel's a good one. For me, it really kind of balances me nicely. It allows me to um, expand on what's possible when I look at something. I think it lets me see new possibilities. I get out of my own way a little bit better with sour diesel. Love it. Too funny. Oh, you crack me up, JP. You crack me up. All right, where were we? I researched some of the common thoughts about the anvil, and one thing that I made a note about is I think a lot of people have underestimated what that little thing is capable of. I think a lot of people over the years since it's come out have definitely underestimated, right? Because I think when it came out, a lot of people were comparing the way it would hit to to the way a Dynavap hits, and not that a Dynavap can't hit hard, but you have to really work with a Dynavap a specific way to get a really hard hit out of it, right? Um, my dog, yeah, my dog's down there, and yeah, okay. So I just wanted to make sure she wasn't going to knock over something. Um, oh my goodness. Right, yeah. Can't chill nature, right? Yeah. You know what? There were a few people that supported what I was doing early, and it was really cool that it happened. And I honestly believe that that was just uh, probably the manifesting work and energy that I was putting in. And I had decided it really didn't matter to me, exactly where this went. If I could turn it into something that could be my full time business, that was, of course, my dream, right? Where I could spend my time doing this and live in this dream. But I thought as well, if I can just make some bongs and connect with some people and have a fun channel, and whatever happened. I just kind of took it like that. I didn't put a lot of pressure on it, and it just seemed like I found the right people in the beginning who wanted to support what was happening. And I mean, there's two ways that support came too, right? Was one, from sales, of course, but also from people who were there in the comments, right? People who were kind of cheering me on, right? Wishing me well, like saying, "Hey, keep going, right? You're doing better." Like little nudges, right? And I think Kent Chill Nature, you were one of those people, if my memory serves me correctly, right? You were definitely one of those people. So I mean, although maybe you didn't get the first release of TTB, you were definitely part of that growing spirit. Yeah. If my memory serves me correct, and let's see how my stoner memory is, but you can you can tell me if this was you. I believe it was you that said in the comments very early on that you were really enjoying the fact that I had the ability to answer the comments because my channel was small still, and that it would eventually probably change, and I'm probably not going to have the time to do that, and that you're appreciating and enjoying the time when it's possible, something like that, if my memory serves me correctly. And honestly, that particular comment, it never really left my head. uh, Funny how certain ones land and stay there, right? And you think if you're doing this and have a channel and live streaming and all of that, that you probably don't pay that much attention to some of the comments. But definitely when people are encouraging, or sometimes it just strikes you exactly as you need it to at the time, right? It's pretty cool, and then it sticks with you. Yeah. Oh my goodness, JP, you are so absolutely hilarious. That's too funny. Of course we can see you. Too funny. Yeah, love it. Uh, okay. The Puppy 2 on Twitch said, "What's the best Facebook marketplace deal you ever made?" Um, Probably, I bought a kayak from Facebook Marketplace, and it was a $1,400 kayak, and I got it for about half the price. And I think, once I got it and, had an opportunity to actually look at what it was, right? Not just what the ad said. I was like, no, damn, this is a crazy ass deal. And it was because I think I bought it in the dead of winter too. That kind of helped. Um, but if we're talking about vaporizers, probably the Silver Surfer vape. I bought that on eBay. That was probably the best thing. I think I bought it for about 75 Canadian dollars, right? So what's that, like 45, 50 US dollars on eBay? And it was in really nice condition. So that was a super cool deal. Got a dog for free. Yeah. I got a cat for free once, actually, like that. Too funny. Yeah, the kayak I bought, I wanted one for fishing, right? And I wanted to put a depth sounder off the side of it, and I wanted the pedals, right, so I can cast and pedal. Uh, yeah, so yeah, it was pretty cool. It was definitely a pretty cool deal. You guys are funny. Um, what about sold? Uh, You know what? I'm not really one to actually sell too many things like that. If I have stuff like that, normally I'll just give it to my son because he loves to do that kind of stuff. And I'll say, hey, why don't you sell this for me? I want this much money for it, and you can have whatever you get. So, yeah, typically he always does that kind of stuff for me, right? Like if I want to sell, say, a boat or a camper or something like that, right? Um, I used to. I used to just as a hobby, I would find old travel trailers, right? Like some of the older, they called them canned ham travel trailers, right? Small, like aluminum exterior and stuff like that. And I would find them in like farmers would have them out in their field and stuff like that. And I would buy those for, 150, $200, and then, later sell them for thousands after restoring them. Those were pretty cool deals too. Yeah, that was fun actually doing that. That's when I had all kinds of energy to do. Well, I guess uh, yeah, I still probably keep going just like that anyway. Yeah. Right? Was I right? Did you drop that? I was just gonna call you Kimchi because I just saw that, Ken Chill. Was I right about that comment? Was that actually you in the chat way back then who dropped that? I'm just super curious about that because I do think about that actually still frequently. Yeah, funny. Actually, that's funny you say kayaks and campers true Canadian. Well, I'll tell you what, Kent Chill. Um, the travel trailer that I have right now is actually from Britain. It's a Royal Caravan from 1972. That's the one that I currently have, and definitely directly from Britain. So that's so funny that you said that. So funny. Yeah, it's little campers like that are so much fun, right? Because I can tow it with anything. I mean, I could put it behind my wife's SUV and pull it with that, or I can pull it with my pickup truck. You know, I could do whatever I want to do as far as that's concerned, but you don't even feel it when you're driving with it back there because it's so light. Yeah, funny, right? Okay, somebody said squirrel. I have to look for another squirrel fact. I want to have another squirrel fact. I love squirrel facts. Okay. I'm going to just move some pages that I'm not using now. Then I don't have to look at those again. Right? There we go. All right. Squirrels. Squirrels and deer. I love seeing how nature connects together, right? That's why I decided to look at how squirrels interact with other species. So squirrels and deers. When squirrels knock acorns and other nuts from trees, deers often move underneath to eat the fallen food. Look at that synchronicity, right? How cool is that? I absolutely love that that's what actually happens. Um, okay, here's another one I wanted to tell you guys too. Squirrels and songbirds, they'll work together. So when a hawk or an owl appears, squirrels and small birds may work together by surrounding uh, alarm calls and mobbing the predator. So, like, think about that for a minute. Birds and a squirrel will be like, okay, let's get rid of this thing, and then we'll just go back to going our own separate ways, right? They know what's happening, they work together, they take care of business, and then they just separate and go their own way. I'm like, this is so brilliant. Squirrels are like, I don't know, man, they're this super advanced being I didn't even know had half of these skills. Wild, right? Spam. We're really talking about spam, eh? Yeah. I've eaten my fair share of fried spam. Yeah. Fried spam and eggs. No talking about food. That's too funny. Somebody's got the munchies, I'm guessing, eh? That's too funny. Yeah, munchies. There it is. Yeah. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. That's for sure. I don't eat very much on like if I'm gonna live stream in the evening, I don't eat like a big supper or something, right? Because if I do that, I might get like because that's what happens, right? So I just like have a super light supper. Oh, my dog is no, you're gonna have to just lie down. That's a good girl. Okay. She's weaving in and out of lights and cords and cameras and oh my goodness. Yeah, she's looking for me to give her a little something to munch on. So she'll just have to wait there. But she's such a good girl. She'll just lay there and she'll wait patiently. So just lost my train of thought because I thought she was going to knock my camera over. That wouldn't be very fun. Right? The splooting. Love it. Absolutely love it. Do I have another one? Was there another? All right. I have a bonus. Is it Roscoe time? Okay. It's Roscoe time. But okay, let me give you this bonus squirrel fact. And for Roscoe time, I'm going to show you guys the Aroma dab insert and how it works. I'm going to show this to you guys. But I have to be careful because I'm already absolutely blasted. So I was waiting until we were getting pretty close to the end here so that I could have a couple of dabs before we wrap up and I can show you how this works. Yeah. All right. All right. Okay, so let me just explain. So the idea was, very simply, Chroma Shop wanted to create a concept or an idea to use the Taroma 360 ball vape as an engine for concentrates as well as for dry herb. Now, I spoke with him at Chroma Shop like months and months ago. He was working on this concept. And I see exactly from, when we talked about it initially to when he actually got to where the concept is figured out, done, and sending me a sample to test. I see how long it took him to get it all exactly the way it is. So I know that before I even used it, I thought this is such a simple looking idea, and I know it's simple, but I bet you it's going to shock me, and it definitely did. So here's the basic simple idea. Okay, watch the camera. Okay, good girl. Lie down. You want to go upstairs? Okay, go. All right, there. All right, she's clear. She's clear. The life with a dog, eh? So it's just simply this little quartz dish. Okay? It's just a little tiny quartz dish. And all you do is you put it in. You just drop it in the titanium bowl. So it sits basically flush at the top, just like that. So it becomes basically a chamber liner, right? A quartz chamber liner. So you preheat, what I'm doing anyway, the way I like to do this, and I've had an opportunity to play around with this a little bit. I just take and I insert the bowl right into the baller head like this while it's at rest, right? And I have the facing upward so that I can do this. I can't touch that very soon. It'll be hot. So I make sure, the handle is down. And then I just put a little dab. Just put a little dab in the dish, and I'll show you what that looks like once it's in there. This is some gelato... True Gelato 33 Diamonds and Sauce, it's called, from Sherbrinsky's. I really like this concentrate. It's a nice middle of the road. It's not too it's not too indica, and it's not too sativa. All right. So we just drop it in the dish. So it's just sitting in there just like that. Now we've got some good heat in the bowl here. This is, I'll tell you what, if you have the Taroma 360 and you're just starting to think about concentrates, this is a really good move. I really enjoy the experience of using this. It surprises me how adaptable it makes it. And you just take it, you just drop it in there, and then replace the heater. Yeah, and then just let it sit for, it depends on the experience you want, I guess, right? You can do cold starts with it. So basically, the bowl and the heater, everything is hot. You put the cool dish in with the dab, and you can start drawing on it almost immediately and bring it up to temperature while releasing all of the terpenes and, getting all of the flavor that way. Or you can kind of let it start to warm up so you get bigger clouds. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw on this. And the idea is to slow draw instead of pull really hard if you want to get maximum vapor production from it. I'm running the PID at 480 degrees Fahrenheit. So, you know, it's you know, not overly high temperature. And you kind of want to stay on it and just kind of move through the dab. Super flavorful. And I just started to draw on it a little bit harder there to move the concentrate around a little bit so that I can take another draw and then I'll probably be done. Yep. But really, really flavorful, simple experience. Can I get that? So then you can just clean it out like this, right? Just give it a little cotton swabbing. If you have to, you can prepare, you know, you can buy them. I saw he just put them on the website. There was individual, a 3-pack or a 5-pack, I think it was. You know, I think the 3-pack's probably a good idea if you're going to go for this. You know, and if you're looking for an alternative method of enjoying concentrates and you already have a Taroma 360, these are definitely gonna expand things for you. Yeah, I have really, really enjoyed using this. I'm gonna probably have one more here before we're done. So what I did there is I just went ahead and I dumped that out on my metal tray, and I'll start with the other one that I have. I have 2 of them. I'll start with the other one and I'll load that up now. I like to have the dish cold and put it in so that I can draw on it and bring it up to temperature. You know, I like to let it sit a little bit, but not too long, because I want to really taste that beginning. It's very different than once you get up into a bit thicker vapor, right? You can always run the PID a bit lower if you don't want to go that thick of vapor, but I like to go right through the whole range with the dab if it's available like that. And as you can see, you know, there was a lot of... I took a lot of draws off that dab, and there was really not any coughing. You know, it's super smooth, super smooth. Nice there, starting your video. Love it, eh? Giggity. Caught her. It's awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's have another dab. Let's have another Roscoe. Love it. So yeah, this insert system that Chroma Shop's come up with, I'll tell you what, this is going to change the game. I know when people use this, they're going to be like, oh, damn. Wow. That really is surprising, the experience that gives from such a simple concept. But those are always the best ones, right, guys? The simple concept is often so much better than the most complicated ideas. That's at least my experience of life. I don't mind... yeah, the basic things that get the job done super well are always good in my opinion. Love a hot knife, eh? This is the Utilian hot knife. I use this one all the time. I quite like it. All right, let's have another dab before we have the last bowl. Might as well have 2 dabs and then a bowl to wrap up the live stream, right? And then, like, in 15 minutes at the end of the live stream, sure, why not? That seems like it's probably par for the course here. Yeah, you know what I'm seeing is happening consistently here. I over prepare for these live streams with the things that I think we're going to be able to do. Like, you know, like I want to wrap this up roughly in about 8 minutes. I find that that's kind of like the sweet spot where everybody's like, yeah, I am so cooked now. I'm just done. Like, it's time to go to bed or eat something or, oh, that's hot. I wanted to do it without putting it in. I was trying to cheat there. You know what I should do? Is I should use this. Can't chill, huh? Would you ever have guests on? Definitely. Definitely, that is something I'm thinking about for the fall, for sure. But I would like to have, you know, certain people maybe out of the community just jump in and enjoy being on camera for, you know, say 15 minutes or 20 minutes during a live stream, right? Like that I think would be pretty cool. I'm gonna definitely try and figure out how to make that happen. There's a lot of technology in that I still have to learn. Okay, I gotta hit this tab. Cheers. You're right, no idea. It's way better. What I do know is if I didn't feel prepared to start live streaming, I would probably feel stressed out about it. I would probably feel anxious about that. But I'm super happy to just hit go live. Like I'm ready to go. When it's time to start at 9, I'm definitely ready and I'm excited to go because I mean we have such a fun time. These conversations are hilarious. These are some of the best conversations I've had in I don't even know how long. Yeah. But you see how this thing just keeps churning out that concentrate vapor? And the flavor, it's right there. I mean, it's basically just a heated quartz dish, and it's convection heat, right? For primarily convection heat. Yeah, it's amazing, right? Definitely gonna change the game with ball vapes. This is you guys are seeing it first. I'm telling you, this the way this works. As soon as people start trying this, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, I get it. It's an extremely pleasant concentrate experience. I don't even know how else to say it. Like it's a really nice dabbing experience. We're at about the end now. Now it's getting hot in the dish. But that's a lot of draws from a single dab. One too many. Right? It's so surprising to me. Just the simple concept. Just nailed it, right? Just nailed it. That's exactly what he did, in my opinion, with this design. So simple, and it works like a dream. This works with both the titanium bowl or with the glass bowl as well. You can certainly either way, right? Heat soak them. You can start drawing on it. That's actually getting a little warm. You can start drawing on it almost immediately. If the bowl, whether it's the glass or the titanium bowl, is heat soaked, you know, and you can heat soak it if you don't want to do it here. You can, you know, heat soak it up here, and then, you know, lift this up, drop the dish in, and then put it back down. You can definitely do that kind of heat soak too, or you can do it down here, whatever you like better. Up here, you don't have to handle it again, right? So that's kind of the nice part about doing it up there. But down here, you're handling the bowl and stuff. So if you have sensitive fingers, maybe just do it up there. Yeah. But I think this is going to expand the use of a lot of people's ball vapes, and I think I'm gonna kind of look at with the other Taroma shop ball vapes. How does it work there? If I start looking across the board, is there some way I can use it with the other ones? Right? I don't know, but with this Taroma 360, this is bonkers in my opinion. Like, I'm not even sure how to say it. Otherwise, it's a really excellent dabbing experience with something that is super simple, like this quartz dish. You just have to set it so it's just below the heater, and that's key, right? You don't want to get too big of a gap. You want to be right below the heater, as tight as you can, and find that balance of heat that you like. For me, 480 Fahrenheit was the perfect balance between flavor in the beginning of the draw, right? The first couple of draws, super flavorful, lower temperature, and then moving into the harder hitting aspects as you move through it. It's sounds like a good combo, Lightbearer. I like seeing the mixes. That's cool. I love it. Oh my goodness, I love it. You guys are so awesome. Okay, well, I'm not even gonna try and work in any of the true or false stuff. We'll just hit that stuff next week, I guess. There's some good questions too. We'll pull some of them out tomorrow for anybody who is going to be around for that. Okay, so I'm gonna move this quartz dish out of the way. But I'm gonna say honestly, guys, Taroma shop knocked it out of the park. Definitely knocked it out of the park. Yeah, the design work they do, it's innovative, right? He's an innovative thinking person. Love it. All right, thanks, Jason. Appreciate that, buddy. Beautiful. Yeah, that's the 360. It's available almost anywhere pretty easily through different distributors, right? It's Ritual, I think, in the U.S. There's a number of distributors globally for sure, right? And if you don't have a domestic distributor for Taroma shop, then you can always reach out to Taroma shop directly and have it shipped from them to you. So at least I believe you can. I'm 95% sure you can anyway. All right, this is going to be a practice bowl. I decided I'm probably going to hit this twice before we're calling it. I just need to just not try and cut the corner there. Yeah, I love this Taroma 360. I definitely reach for this thing a fairly good amount because it does hit so hard, right? This is the flower version, of what we're just doing with the concentrates, right? Getting these really great rips, really full experience with this thing. Cheers. Just crazy. I've been using that one, I think, how long have I had this? I'm going to say I've had it probably 3.5 or 4 years. And, yeah, it still is, it's always in the rotation. So that one had, you know, the Taroma 360 had really good hang time in my rotation. Practice Roscoe's, that's right. That's exactly what that was, a practice Roscoe. All right, but this next one is definitely going to be the one that's going to knock me sideways. So I'm probably going to have to wrap it up here, which was kind of the goal. This has been a really fun and interesting conversation tonight, at least from my perspective. I hope from your perspective as well. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. And yeah, I thank everybody for being so open and having so much fun in the chat, and, you know, being playful and bringing such a great version of themselves. Everybody's bringing this unbelievable version of themselves to the chat and sharing it, and sharing in the vibe. It's just been a really beautiful night, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. So thank you so much for being here and doing it, and hopefully we do this again either tomorrow, we get together at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, 8 British summertime, and do it again, or, you know, we can catch up next week, hopefully, if you're around. All right, let's have one more big rip to to finish the night off like we mean it, right? I love this, the final rip, right? Because I mean, I love this one because I really go for it. I don't care what happens, because I know even if I choke in 30 seconds, I can turn the camera off, right? So I can rip it like crazy, and I always do on the last one. So let's go. All right, cheers, my friends. Yeah. Well. So much fun. So much fun. Ooh. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for such a wonderful night. And hopefully we'll get together and do this again very, very soon. All right. Until next time.